at some point my phone just turns the fuck off, or like the YouTube application crashes, or I don't know what the fuck happens. But yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen to that first video. Hopefully it fucking uploads, and if not, then this is what the part two is for. But yeah, so I had seen on the comments right before it fucked up that Slab City News, aka Evan, my man, shout out to you, Evan. That's actually my son's name, by the way. True fact. My son's now about to turn 13 in December. You know, many years before I even knew about um, Evan from Slab City News. Coincidence? Maybe. Meant to be? Possibly. But yeah, I'm just having a good time here in my apartment, chilling. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, so I seen that Evan from Slab City News said, you want to know everything, you know? Well, where do I begin with this adventure? Okay. It all started actually after I sold my RV. I sold my RV, then I had $7,000 at that point when I sold my RV. And then I said, well, maybe I'll go visit Chicano Steve, you know, because he's my homie. So I'm driving up to LA. Turns out Chicano Steve was sick. He had been sick, headaches, seizures, stuff like that. So Chicano Steve wasn't able to receive me, as it were. So, what's the next best thing when you're already in LA and you got nowhere to go? Well, drive another fucking 4 or 5 hours to get to the slabs, right? So I go to the slabs, stayed there for a couple weeks with my ambassador, much respect, the sheriff himself, Waterboy. Okay? Landed at Waterboy's camp. A few things changed, but the respect me and Waterboy have for each other, always been there. So it was brotherhood as usual. We were hanging out, doing the doo-doo, eating pizza. I saw him do his little community feed thing. I saw him get down with the row. What you guys know about the row? Like row, row, row your boat. But anyway, so hung out with him for a while, and then another manic episode. Boom! I'm thinking, I'm close to Mexico. But I didn't go through Mexicali. I probably should have, but I did not. Instead, I don't know why, I went east and ended up crossing through, I forget the fucking town, okay? But it wasn't TJ, it wasn't Mexicali, it's the other border town over. Anyway, I cross and I'm like, all right, Johnny, you got $7,000 in your pocket. Mexico is yours. Well, I had a little less at that point because I did spend a little bit of money at the slabs. So, I get to, I start going through a few towns here and there, not knowing that I'm supposed to have some sort of permit for my car. I'm feeling ballsy. Got money in my pocket. Got weed stashed away. And, I'm driving down about 6, 7, I don't know, 8 hours later. I hit a town in Sonora, Mexico, right? Once I hit that town, shit just hit the fan. As soon as I seen a police stop, I forget what they're called in English, but un retén. It's basically where they're checking every vehicle for anything. So they go up to my vehicle, of course, California plates. I'm already kind of deep into Mexico. Not too deep, but I'm like kind of deep, like way past Mexicali. So I get to Sonora, right? And then the state of Sonora, they got drug cartels. So, and then it borders Sinaloa, which, more drug cartels. So they have this like little police stop, little checkpoint area. They stop me and they go, oh yeah, I knew what they were thinking. This fucking gringo got money. They knew. They didn't know how much I had, but they knew I had money. So they stop me and they go, where's your permit for the car? I'm like, permit? What fucking permit? I didn't know we had to have a permit. What's going on here? They're like, well, you have to hit, you either get it at the crossing, okay, like at the actual border crossing, where you have to say, hey, I'm fucking gonna go deep into Mexico with my car. I need a permit. And then you pay for the fucking permit, and then you be on your way. Well, I didn't have that permit, okay? There's other towns you can get it at too. Coahuila and, just other towns. But I didn't have it. So this asshole, he had a bunch of gold rings with fucking, looked like a Sicario, really. Didn't really look like a real policeman, Looked like he had way too much money for a regular Joe Schmo Mexican cop, He had rings full of diamonds. He had a fucking gold necklace. Dude looked like a fucking sketchy dude, okay? And he's like, well, you don't have your permit. He's like, I'm going to have to impound your car. I'm like, look, man. I said, how much is this going to cost me? Because, Mexico, you can bribe. That's the kind of weird, it's kind of like a privilege, kind of. Even though every time you end up bribing them, they fuck you because they take more money than you want them to. But they let you get away with shit, right? So I didn't have the permit. I'm like, dude, I got to cross. How much is this going to cost me? The guy's like, well, if I impound your car, it's going to cost you about 4,000 pesos. I'm like, all right, that's about 150 American. I'm like, this guy's asking for $150. I'm like, all right, man, look, I'll give you $100 because I didn't, I actually went to a money exchange place, but I didn't exchange a lot of money. I exchanged just enough for, because there's a lot of tolls you got to pay. So I had a certain amount of Mexican money and I didn't want to give him that because then I wouldn't have fucking a way to pay the tolls. So I said, look, man, I'll give you $100. The guy said, nah. Fuck nah. I'll impound your car right now. In fact, I'm taking you to jail, he said. I said, 200. He said, give me 300. I said, motherfucker. All right. I'll give you 300. And I'm thinking, you fucking bitch. So I gave him his $300. They let me go. 20 minutes later, another checkpoint. No lie. They found my weed. And luckily, I had a medical prescription from the United States, which is valid in Mexico. And I said, look, man. I'm not a dealer. Okay? Check my Mexican ID, which I'm a dual national. I have a Mexican ID. Check my American ID, the names match, and check my prescription. He said, let me translate that. He went to his Google phone. He did what he had to do to translate the fucking document. Comes back and he's like, yeah, he's telling the truth, But they hit me up again for the fucking permit of the car. I said, look, man, I already gave you motherfuckers money 20 minutes back. I'm not gonna give you no more fucking money. He said, yeah, we have nothing to do with those guys. We don't even know who those guys are. We're here to search contraband. I said, well, you found my weed? Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna keep your weed. I said, motherfucker. So he kept my weed. It was a big price to pay because, I'm smoking on basically dirt weed right now. But, it does what it does. Anyway, they found my weed. I had to give them another $200. Now I'm $500 short in about 30-minute drive. So then I think, fuck this. I'm not going through the little fucking Mexican highways. I'm gonna take the back streets. Fuck these motherfuckers. So I'm taking the back streets of Sinaloa, going around all these little towns. I hit a town called Guachumil or Guamuchil or Guamuchil, actually. Yeah, Guamuchil. I get mixed up with those damn names. Anyway, I get to Guamuchil, Sinaloa, and it's late. And I'm like, fuck, man, I gotta get some rest. I've been on this manic episode for hours, and I haven't even gone to sleep. I was like, all right. I was like, I'm gonna have to rest in this town. The sketchiest town I've ever been to. Sketchy. Had motherfuckers in the corner, just fucking making signals at each other and shit. I ate a couple tacos, and then I was like, all right, I gotta get back to the fucking hotel. So I get back to the hotel. The hotel was about $12. Cheapest, grimiest, roach-infested hotel you can think of. Guamuchil, Sinaloa. Nasty. So I'm trying to, get some rest. Thank God I brought all my Seroquel pills with me. So, it knocks you out. Took a couple Seroquels. Oh, before that, I wanted to take a shower, right? So I go to the bathroom, no soap. It's already getting late. I go to the hotel lady. I go, hey, got any soap? She said, nah, but the pharmacy's like 3 blocks down. I'm like, I'm not about to walk around because I wasn't going to leave my wallet there, right? So I got to carry it with me. I wasn't going to leave it in the car because they could break into it. That's all the money I have. So I'm thinking, I'm not gonna walk 3-4 fucking blocks with I had about $5,000 or $6,000 at that point, okay? But still, a lot of money in Mexico. And to walk those sketchy ass streets, but I think where I was that I was in this hotel. It was grimy as fuck. It's Guamuchil, Sinaloa. The lady didn't have no soap, so I had a fucking shower with water. No soap. I scrubbed the shit out of myself, but I didn't smell any good. I didn't smell any better really because, I had been stinking it up in my car for fucking, it took me 3 days to get to where I'm at, guys. And yes, I made it all the way to Aguascalientes, central Mexico with my car. No fucking permit. But, it's all good because once you're inside Aguascalientes, I got family here. I know how to move around. I haven't even been stopped once. And knock on wood, where the fuck's the wood at? I hate cops, but I hate Mexican cops. They're the worst. But anyway, yeah, so after that experience, I wake up the next day, I put all the shit in my car, I sleep with my fucking wallet in my pocket, I got a fucking little stabber knife with me everywhere I go, and I'm chilling. I'm like, all right, I gotta keep going. So now I'm thinking, I gotta take all these back streets just to get to where I need to go because I'm gonna get hit up by another fucking checkpoint, So I did. And once I told my family members that, I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking all around the rural, I can't even say it, rural, my fucking tongue gets twisted, rural, I'm laughing at myself. RURAL, however the fuck you want to pronounce that word, areas, I'm hitting all the fucking little nicks and crannies trying to fucking go around these checkpoints. I didn't hit another checkpoint at all, but it took me a lot longer, and I had to go all the way around Los Mochis, all the way around Mazatlan, all the way down to fucking Guadalajara and then all the way up. So I did this fucking weird. I got here kind of whacked out. You know what I mean? It didn't make sense, but I got here. So now I'm here. Aguascalientes. I got family. I got an auntie and uncle. I got another auntie, another uncle. I got a cousin, a cousin, a cousin, a cousin, a cousin. I got a bunch of family here in central Mexico. So I land with a cousin. Now the cousin, he's cool people with me. You know, we kind of vibe each other because I got that little macho attitude and he's got that little macho attitude too, right? Problem is I'm not used to being imposingly macho on women. And for some reason, he's used to that. So made me feel kind of uncomfortable. Probably made his wife feel a little uncomfortable. You know, probably makes his kids feel a little uncomfortable. So I said, I gotta get the fuck up out of here. You know, was looking for work. Actually, I think I left my Mexican ID in that hotel for some weird reason, because that's the last time I seen that ID. So, you know, first couple of weeks was trying to get, or first week or so was me trying to get my Mexican ID back, which I got another Mexican ID. I will show you. Pa-bam! Yay! That's me in my Mexican ID. So, you know, and then with that, I'm able to rent this little apartment. So that's my summary story of my crazy adventures. Of course, I've done other things. I went and saw my cousin play soccer. I almost got in a fight trying to defend him because his whole team was getting in a fight, but then they ended up not fighting, which was good because I already had my fists up and my shirt off. But what else has happened? I don't remember what else really. Yeah, I don't know what else. I've been eating a lot. I've joined the gym and I've been eating a lot of food, like lots of food. So hopefully I will soon become a little pumped in more ways than one. Actually, I'm looking pretty all right, you know? I see a little bit of a bicep there. I don't know. I got a lot to go, but you know, it's a good start. But anyways, this is Jonny Hash, aka Juan Papas, and I will see you guys on the next one.